For joining me. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell icon. It'll alert you the next time I play a game. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. The name of the created franchise is the Bronx Knights. They've been wedged into the American League West Division, taking the place of the Houston Astros. It is game 146, so it's late September, well actually mid-September. As you can see on the screen, is September 10th going into September 11th. The Knights are 95-50. They have a 15-game lead over the Texas Rangers, and it is my intention to play every inning of every game. No skipped innings, no simulated games. All games up to this point are on YouTube in their entirety, and all games will. It's my hope to win the World Series. Let's see what happens. So next step is to play the next game on the schedule. Let's do it. So it's a 4-game set at home versus the Texas Rangers. We split the first 2 games. I won the first game 9-5, lost the last game 7-5. Let's play game 3. Let's go play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the home team at Classic Yankee Stadium. I do not like the MLB network. Pardon me, I'm pitching back on the show theme. No offense. Patrick Joseph, 13-7. Don Mattingly will get the day off for, let's say, Gio Urshela. Oh, look, Salazar needs a day off. Actually, Salazar will be the DH. Saps will be the shortstop. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Penny, Saps, Termini, Millo, and Urshela will bat 9th and play first base. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Rangers are 80-65. Knights are 95-50. 15-game lead in the division. All right. Thank you for joining me. Much appreciated. We are Bronx Knights Baseball. Oh, yeah. So, welcome to a presentation of Major League Baseball as the Texas Rangers visit the Bronx Knights here at Classic Yankee Stadium for this weekly matchup. On the mound for the Bronx Knights is Patrick Joseph. Patrick is 13-7 with a 6.07 earned run average. He has gotten great run support this season. Leading off for the Texas Rangers is Johnny Damon, hitting .298, 15 homers, 66 runs batted in. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game. Misses inside off the plate, ball 1. Like I said before, the Knights are 95-50, first place in the AL West. That is Matthew Saps today at shortstop, and Max Lukalich in center field.
First base, 7-11.
High breaking ball in there for strike 1. 71 degrees and clear skies here in the Bronx. Beautiful day for baseball here in mid-September. Grounds it to the first baseman, knocks it down, tosses it over the pitcher covering. Nice recovery by Gio Urshela, playing at first in place of Don Mattingly. Speaking of the lineup, Texas Rangers, Johnny Damon's in center, Ben Zobrist at second, Ernie Banks at short, Jorge Soler in right, Eddie Murray at first, Minnie Minoso in left, Ivan Rodriguez is the catcher, Michael Toglia is the DH, and Joe Rizzo is playing third base and batting 9th. Ben Zobrist batting second, .260, 13 homers, 52 runs batted in, steps up with 1 away here in the top of the first. Misses just off the plate inside. Facial expression from Joseph makes him wonder if it was inside or just a missed call. Count as 1 ball and no strikes on Zobrist. And he lines it the other way. The shift was on. They were expecting him to pull. By the time O'Rourke gets this ball back into the infield, it's going to be a stand-up 1-out double for Ben Zobrist. That's double number 15 on the season. So runner in scoring position for Ernie Banks, the shortstop, hitting .310, 42 homers, 109 RBIs. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Last year's Silver Slugger Award for shortstop in the American League. Fouls off the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Banks. Ernie Banks is a Hall of Fame player. I think he played for the Chicago Cubs, if I'm not mistaken. Late on the fastball. 95 on the radar gun. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls off the slider. Grounder to the second baseman. Ramos throws to first. In time, 2 away. So Zobrist moves over to third base with 2 out. So Jorge Soler is ice cold in his last 4 games. He's 2 for his last 15. Overall, hitting .261, 26 homers, 91 runs batted in. Needs a hit to get that runner in third home. In there, strike 1. Breaking ball floats in there for strike 2. And Soler is down. No balls and 2 strikes. Reaches out and slaps the slider foul. Tries to pull his hands in, get on top of that changeup. Fouls it off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the first. And that is a lazy fly ball to left. O'Rourke is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after half an inning of baseball here at Classic Yankee Stadium, it's the Texas Rangers 0, the Bronx Knights coming to bat. So bottom of the first, on the mound for the Texas Rangers is Greg Maddux, Hall of Famer. 30th start of the season. He's 17-6 with a 3.35 earned run average, and obviously he's in the conversation for the American League Cy Young Award this year. Leading off is Mighty Max Lukelich, the center fielder, hitting .311, 4 homers, 39 runs batted in. He also has 34 stolen bases on the season. First pitch for Maddux. Yanks it. Baseline foul ball. Pitches outside and low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Texas Rangers are 15 games back in the American League West Division. However, they currently possess one of the wild card spots in the American League. Pulls it to the right side. Fires. Got him. 1 away. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights: Max Lukelich in center, Chris Ramos at second, Mike O'Rourke in left, Jacob Salazar is today's DH, Benny Locicero is in right, Matt Saps is the shortstop, Matt Termini is at third, Anthony Millo is the catcher, and batting ninth is Gio Urshela playing first base. Chris Ramos, 357, 57 homers, 149 runs batted in. All 3 numbers lead the American League, and he is obviously the front runner for the American League's most valuable player. And he swings at the second pitch and drives it to deep center, but Damon is there for the second out. So next up is Michael O'Rourke, the left fielder, hitting .343, 34 homers, 105 RBIs. Batting third in today's lineup. Swing and miss over the top of the changeup. Strike 1. He was the starting left fielder for the American League in the All-Star game this season. Checks his swing, pitches low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-seam fastball called strike 2, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Checks his swing, or did he? Yes, he did, according to the third base umpire. Count will be full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on O'Rourke. The pitch is high, ball 4, so the inning will continue. It's a 2-out walk for O'Rourke. Next up is the cleanup hitter today. Shortstop Jacob Salazar, playing designated hitter, taking a day off from the shortstop position. He's hitting .324, 16 homers, 94 runs batted in. Quick throw to first, and he's back. If I'm not mistaken, Michael O'Rourke has 26 stolen bases, so he's definitely a threat to steal. And he's going down and in, ball one, throw down to second is not in time. That might be stolen base number 27, if my math is correct. Got a good jump on Maddox. Really no chance for the catcher. So there's a runner in scoring position with two away. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Salazar. Pulls it, backhanded by Eddie Murray, tosses it to Maddox covering, and the side is retired. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. At the end of 1, there's no score here in the Bronx. So we go to the top of the second. Up steps Eddie Murray. He's hitting .325 on the season. Patrick Joseph sets and delivers. And that's a lazy fly ball to left on the first pitch. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the second. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right is Mike O'Rourke, Max Lukulich, Benny Lo Cicero. And in the infield is Termini, Saps, Ramos, Urshela, with Anthony Millo behind the plate. Bronx Knights have a good defense. They're 3rd in the American League in fielding percentage. So next up is Minnie Minoso, the left fielder, batting .297 on the season. Pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. He's hitting .297 with 26 homers and 70 RBIs, and he currently possesses a 16-game hitting streak. Yanks the fastball foul. Count is 0-2 on Minoso. Lazy fly ball to right center field. Cutting over to the center field and making the catch is Benny Lo Cicero for out number 2. Next up is Pudge Rodriguez. Ivan Rodriguez hitting .290, 19 homers, 78 runs batted in. In there, strike 1. He's 0 for 4 in yesterday's contest. Struck out twice. Pitch is outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Strike 2. Patrick's 13-7. He's looking for win number 14. Sure, he'd like to get 15 wins. The 2 benchmarks for a quality starter, I think, is 15 wins and 20 wins. So, count is 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the second. Checks a swing, pitch slow, count goes full, 3-2. Michael Taglia is on deck. Fouls off the slider. We'll do it again. So the Bronx Knights are 95-50. So, question is, how high can they go in the win? Strike 3 called inside corner, and we'll continue with that conversation in the next half inning. Pudge can't believe it, but after an inning and a half, there's still no score. So next up here for the Bronx Knights here in the bottom of the second is Benny Lo Cicero, hitting .307, 33 homers, 121 RBIs. He's had a good second half of the year. Pitch is outside from Greg Maddox, ball 1. Also has 109 runs scored. Hits it off the end of the bat towards right center field. Damon is there. He makes the catch, 1 away. Defense for the Texas Rangers in the outfield from left to right is Minoso, Damon, and Soler. And in the infield is Rizzo, Banks, Zobrist, Murray, with Pudge behind the plate. Rangers are also a good defensive ball club, 4th in the American League in fielding percentage. Matt Saps is the shortstop today. He's hitting .311, 30 homers, and 100 runs batted in. Pitch is inside, ball 1. Checks his swing. Curveball is low, 2 balls and no strikes. And he fouls off the fastball. Count is 2-1. Fouls it upstairs down the first base line. Out of play. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounds it to the third baseman. Over to first. High throw, but in time. 2 away. Nice play by Joe Rizzo at third. So, being 95 and 50, it is certainly a possibility to get to 110 wins. It's 110 and 52, but that would mean that they have to go 15 and 2 in their remaining 17 games. That's a tall order. So somewhere between 105 and 110 games seems reasonable. So Matt Termini, the third baseman, is batting .322, 10 homers on the season. It's up there with 2 away. And he pulls it hard but foul into the seats, out of play, strike 1. Outside corner, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, balls in the dirt. So strike him out, throw him out for the catcher, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Greg Maddux. And after 2 innings of baseball, there's still no score here in the Bronx. So here in the top of the third is Michael Toglia, who knows, hitting .337, 12 homers, 50 runs batted in. Checks the swing, but it's in there on the corner, strike 1. Misses with the breaking ball high. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike. Fouls off the curveball. Check that changeup. Count evens at 2-2. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. And there's 1 away. Toglia is down on strikes. Here's the replay.
Batting 9, the third baseman, number 6, Joe.
So
Rizzo.
up next is Joe Rizzo, the third baseman. He's hitting .240, 9 homers, 37 runs batted in. Pitches at the knees for strike 1. Wonder if Joe is the brother of Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman for the Chicago Cubs. Highly doubt it. To Saps at short, throws across in time, 2 away. Nice play by Matt Saps, who is a natural second baseman, playing shortstop tonight to give Salazar a little half day off. So 2 away, and the lineup turns over for the Texas Rangers. Johnny Damon steps up. He is 0 for 1. And he's late on the fastball, fouls it into the dugout. Strike 1. Hit a homer and 3 runs batted in yesterday. Deep drive. No chance for either fielder. It drops in there between them and rolls all the way to the wall. He's going from second to third, cutoff man, and there's no way he's going to make it. So it's a stand-up triple. Johnny Damon's 9th triple of the season. He's over there with 2 away. And as you can see, triples leaders in the American League. Nick Senzel leads the league with 10, but Johnny's now got 9. So he's climbing that ladder. So next up, Ben Zobrist doubled in the first inning. He is 1 for 1. He's got a runner at third and 2 away. He needs a hit to get him in. Misses on the inside corner. Ball 1.
Ball 2.
Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Misses 3-0. Question is, will he have the green light on 3-0? On deck is the dangerous Ernie Banks. And he does. Hits it deep to left. Back goes O'Rourke. He makes the catch on the lip of the warning track to retire the side. Nice catch by O'Rourke. So, after 2.5, there's still no score here at Yankee Stadium. Leading off the bottom of the third is Anthony Millo, the catcher, hitting .252.
The catcher, number 43.
Line drive, it is foul. Foul down the third base line. Millo was 0 for 4 yesterday, so I'm sure he'd like to get... Jams him inside, lazy fly ball to center, and Damon makes the catch for out number 1. So the upcoming schedule for the Bronx Knights, 1 more in this 4-game set against the Texas Rangers, then 3 against the Angels, a day off, and then they start a series at Comiskey against the White Sox. So Gio Urshela giving a day off to Don Mattingly at first. Part-time player hitting .298. Bats 9th here with 1 away. Checks his swing, pitches on the outside corner, strike 1. Gio Urshela is a bit of a journeyman in real life. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. I think he's, for the time being, the third baseman for the current New York Yankees. Late on the fastball, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gio. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Still no score. Jams him. There is Zobrist, makes the catch, 2 away.
Now batting, number 39.
So the lineup turns over for the Knights. Max Lukic grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Pitch is low, ball 1. Max was the starting center fielder in the American League. Second half of his year has not been as productive. I think even Max would admit. Pitch is low, 2 balls and no strikes on Lukic. And he lines it to right. It is a base hit. Max is 1 for 2. With 2 away, I'm sure he's going to be taking off. He's got 34 steals, if I'm not mistaken. Line drive between first and second. Next up is Chris Ramos. 2 for 9 in this series with 2 homers. Pitches high, ball 1. Switch hitting second baseman, batting from the left side against Greg Maddux, the righty. And it's a bouncer to Ernie Banks at short. In the dirt, fielded nicely by Eddie Murray, and the side is retired. End of 3. Still no score. What a handsome guy. I wonder who he's supposed to be. So we go to the top of the 4th. Ernie Banks grounded out in the first inning. He steps in to lead off. Fouls it. Pulls it down the third baseline, strike 1. Breaking ball in there, high strike. Count is 0 and 2 on Banks. Pops him up on the right side in foul territory. Gio Urshela makes the catch, 1 away. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. Patrick Joseph is winning this battle, 96-93, but it's the scoreboard that matters, and right now they are tied. No score. So 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Jorge Soler flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Joseph sets and delivers. Grounds it down the third base line. Termini was hugging third base. In position, makes the throw across the diamond, 2 out. Nice play. So Eddie Murray steps in, 0 for 1. Switch hitting first baseman who used to play, who is a Hall of Famer who played for the Baltimore Orioles in real life. Takes a pitch for strike 1. 500 plus homers, I think 3,000 plus hits. Not 100% sure, but I think so. Curveball in there, count is 0-2 on Murray. Fouls off the inside breaking ball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Joseph so far is up to the task of matching zeros with Greg Maddux. Diving attempt by Ramos at second. It goes through for a 2-out hit. Nice attempt, but just past his outstretched glove. Let's watch the replay. Thought he might be able to come up with it, but one criticism of Chris Ramos' game is that he does not have a lot of range. So, Minnie Minoso's up, is 0 for 1. 2 outs. Outside corner, strike 1. Minoso has 26 homers on the season. Breaking ball in there, count is 0-2. In this fictional universe, he has 326 homers, 21 seasons, 21 plus seasons. That's a deep drive, which could be 327. Back goes Lukulich to the track, the wall. Looking up, it is gone. Minnie Minoso, a 2-run home run, number 27 on the season. And just like that, the Texas Rangers have an early 2-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. They have struck first. Two out, 2-run home run to dead center field. Nice attempt by Lukulich, but it's a little challenged in the height department, but did get up there. So Pudge Rodriguez steps up, struck out in the second. He is 0 for 1. And he's late on the fastball, slicing into the seats. Strike 1. 1 for 9 in this series. This is game 3 of a 4-game set between these two ball clubs. Checks the swing inside, breaking ball, count is 0-2. Ground ball to the left side. Fires across in time. Nice play by Patrick Joseph, the pitcher, to retire the side. But Minnie Minoso gets the Rangers on the board after 3.5 innings of play. It's the Rangers 2, the Knights nothing. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Michael O'Rourke. No official at bat. He walked in the first inning. Pitches in there, strike 1. Inside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Late on the fastball, fouls it behind home plate. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on O'Rourke. Two balls and 2 strikes. Low inside, full count, 3-2. Jacob Salazar is on deck. Outside, so he walks the leadoff man. So that's the worst thing you want to happen if you are the starting pitcher of a ball club that just gave you 2 runs in their half of the inning. First batter he faces, he walks. So Jacob Salazar, the tying run, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And he pops it up, and it looks like it's going to dunk in there for a base hit. Blue base hit to left center field, and those runners at first and second, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Number 38.
So next up is Benny Lo Cicero, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. Pitches low, ball 1. Circle change on the outside corner. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lo Cicero's hitting .338 with runners in scoring position. And he yanks a fastball into the seats, foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, first and second. Nobody out. 2-0 lead for the Texas Rangers. And he just gets a piece of the fastball to stay alive. Misses with the fastball. Count goes full, 3-2. Matt Saps is on deck. Full count pitch. And that's a deep drive. Caught, crashes against the fence. Tagging at second and going to third is the base runner. So it's a productive out in the sense that now they have a runner at third and less than 2 outs. Deep drive, but still an out for Benny Cicero. So with 1 away and runners at first and third, up steps Matt Saps, who grounded out in the second inning. He is 0 for 1. Late on the fastball, fouls it down the first base line. Strike 1. Matt Saps is hitting .328 with runners in scoring position.
Nope.
Pitch is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the circle. Change count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is 2-0 lead for Texas here in the bottom of the 4th. Outside, count evens at 2-2. And he hits it towards the third baseman, over to second for 1, back to first. A double play to retire the side. Round the horn, Rizzo. So it's Rizzo to Zobrist and over to Murray. The end of 4, Texas still leads 2-0. So in the top of the 5th, it's Michael Toglia, 0 for 1.
Michael Toglia.
Swing and a miss at the fastball, 95 on the radar gun. Strike 1. Toglia is 9 for his last 21. That's 450 batting average plus. My goodness. And he swings and misses again at the fastball. Count is 0-2. Breaking ball low, 1-2. That's a deep drive. Heading towards the 385 sign. That is gone. It's a solo home run for Toglia. Home run number 13 on the season, here to lead off the top of the 5th. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Rangers. Here's the replay. Got good wood, 401 projected. Headed towards the bleacher creatures in Classic Yankee Stadium. So still nobody out. Up steps Joe Rizzo, 0 for 1. In there, strike 1. Pops it up. Saps at the shortstop position in short left center field, makes the catch. 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Next up is Johnny Damon. He's 1 for 2 with a triple. That was his 9th triple of the season for Johnny Damon. And that's a deep drive heading towards the right center field fence. It is off the wall. He's going to have triple number 10. Strong throw to third and not in time. 2 triples in the same game. Number 9 and number 10 for Johnny Damon, and he's at third with less than 2 outs. Almost hit a solo shot off the top of the wall. Hits off the back of Lo Cicero. By the time he gets the ball to the infield, Damon's at third. So let's go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And let's go LeMay, warm up LeMay, and warm up Caleb Smith. And let's do a mound visit for Patrick Joseph. So Zobrist is 1 for 2 with a double. Just try to nurse him through this inning. In there, strike one. That fourth run is a big insurance run, especially with Greg Maddux on the mound. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gone. A 2-run home run by Ben Zobrist, home run number 14 on the season. And the score is now 5-0. Texas Rangers. Oof. It's one of those days. Manager. Mound visit. In relief is Dinelson LeMay. Don Mattingly, the manager, asks for the baseball. That'll be all for Patrick Joseph. He cannot win. He's responsible for, well, all the runs he scored. So
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
LeMay comes in with the clean bases. One away here in the top of the fifth. He's 1-4 with a 5.63 earned run average. Ernie Banks is up, 0 for 2. 5-0 lead for Texas. Pitch is high, ball one. Line drive right at the first baseman. Gio makes the catch, 2 away. The line score for Patrick Joseph, 4 1/3 innings pitch. 7 hits, 5 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. I'm sure he imagined, especially after the first 3 innings, he matched zeros with Greg Maddux. He expected his line to be better than that, but so in any event, there's 2 away here in the top of the fifth. Jorge Soler is 0 for 2. Steps in against Dinelson LeMay. Hard ground ball past the diving attempt. He makes a big turn at first, but decides to hang on at first base. It's a 2-out single for Soler.
The first baseman, number 33.
So I thought that Ramos on the shortstop side of second base would have a chance to field that, but it's got under his glove. So next up is Eddie Murray, 1 for 2 with a single. Grounds it foul. First base side, strike one. Breaking ball low, count as 1 ball and 1 strike on Murray. Inside corner, count as 1 and 2. Strike 3 called outside corner. And Eddie cannot believe the call. But anyway, they score 3 runs on 2 home runs. After 4.5, Texas leads 5-0. So next up is Matt Termini, the third baseman here in the bottom of the fifth. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Number 79.
He rolls over on it down the third base line, strike 1. Matt's hot in his last 3 games. He's 6 for his last 12. It's 500 average. Checks his swing. Pitches outside. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounds it to the first baseman. Murray fields it cleanly. Steps on the bag, 1 away. So Greg Maddux, the wins leaders in the American League. He's chasing the Bronx Knights' Eli Ramos, who has 20 wins. The only pitcher in the majors with 20 wins. As you can see, Maddux and his teammate Joey Pollard both have 17 wins. If the score stays the way it is, Maddux will have 18. So with 1 away, Anthony Millo steps up. He's 0 for 1. Pitch is low, ball 1. Anthony has 57 runs batted in on the team. That is definitely not second on the ball club. And he pops him up. Short right field, Zobrist. He's underneath it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting.
So batting 9th is Gio Urshela. Second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1. Steps up with 2 out. Late on the fastball, 93 on the radar gun, strike one. Pitch is low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Gio. Two and one, low. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Mighty Max is on deck. Max Lukelich, if he sees them. And we will have to wait till next half inning as he skies it to short right field. Eddie Murray, the first baseman, catches the pop-up to retire the side. So it's an official ball game. 5 innings complete. Texas has a 5-0 lead. So we're going to go to the top of the 6th. Minnie Minoso has a 2-run home run in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. This time he's facing LeMay in his 2nd inning of work. And he yanks the fastball down the left field line, strike one. And that's a deep drive to center. Back goes Lukelich to the track, the wall. He makes the catch in the deepest part of the ballpark, 1 away. Nice running catch. Tested the limits of this ballpark, but came up just short. So Pudge Rodriguez is up. He's 0 for 2. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. The fastball, 2-seam action. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside corner count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's a deep drive to center. Lukelich backs up looking. That's gone. It's a solo home run for Pudge Rodriguez. Home run number 20 on the season. And the score is now 6-0 Rangers. Oof. Crushed it. Mr. Jose Hall, good evening. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to know that you're still out there having, nice to see your name in the chat, sir. So just to catch you up on what's been going on, the Bronx Knights are 95-50. It's mid-September. They have a 15-game lead in the division. But as you can see today, they are not doing so well. In this game number 146 of 162 games, they're getting pounded 6-0. I miss you as well. Yes. Oh, but I've been on different schedules. And that's a deep drive. Cutting across is Lukelich. Makes a diving catch. Nice play by Lukelich in center for out number 2. Or is that the 3rd out? Yeah, out number 2. Correct. Look at this line drive. Racing over to his left. Not quite a diving catch, but like a shoestring catch where he loses his balance. Nice play by the center fielder. So with 2 outs, up steps the 3rd baseman, Joe Rizzo, who's 0 for 2. In there, strike 1. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count is quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball back through the box, up the middle. It is a 2-out single for the 3rd baseman, Rizzo. And the inning will continue. Here's the replay. Short stride, one-handed swing, back through the box. That's how they teach it in Little League. So next up is Johnny Damon. Johnny Damon's a left-handed hitter, so the manager's going to go to the bullpen and bring in Caleb Smith to put him in. Caleb Smith in relief. This is his 44th appearance out of the bullpen for the Bronx Knights. He's 4-1 with a 2.21 earned run average. His assignment is Johnny Damon to put an end to this inning. It's a 6-0 lead for the Texas Rangers. Inside corner, strike one. Runner leads off first. Swing and a miss at the slider out in front. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Misses low. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's a line drive towards the right center field gap. And it will find its way in there, cut off by Lukulich. And that cutting that off will hold that runner at third base. So second and third, Johnny Damon's 47th double of the season. So runners will be at second and third with 2 out. Nice piece of hitting against Caleb Smith. He usually poses a difficulty for left-handed hitters, but Damon just wrapped it out there. So 2 runners in scoring position for Ben Zobrist, the switch hitter now batting from the right side against the lefty Smith. Ben's 2 for 3 with a home run today. And that's a line drive past the extension of Gio Urshela. It's a 2-run double. It's a 2-run double. Throws the ball away. Luckily, Kareem's off the sidewall to Termini at third. 2-run double for Zobrist, number 16 on the season, and the score is now 8-0. My goodness, I thought that the first baseman might have a chance to grab that, but Gio is not the first baseman that Don Mattingly is. So, runner at second, 2 away here in the top of the 6th. The floodgates have officially opened here in this ball game. Ernie Banks is 0 for 3, but fouls it off, strike one. We're going to do a mound visit. Ernie Banks has 723 home runs in this fictional universe. Might as well go to the bullpen and start somebody warming up, because this has turned into a mess. Ground ball, backhanded by Gio at first. He steps on the bag, and mercifully, this inning is over. But not before. After 5.5, the Texas Rangers now lead 8-0. One of those days. Let's see if I can make it respectable. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Leadoff man Max Lukulich singled in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. He's facing Greg Maddux. And it's a deep drive towards the 314 sign. And it will be off the 314 sign. He'll make a turn at second and head to third. Strong throw to third is not in time. It's a leadoff triple for Max Lukulich, hit number 2 of the game. It's his 3rd triple of the ball game. I thought for a moment he might have a chance for a home run in this short porch out in Classic Yankee Stadium, but when Jorge Soler turned around. So Chris Ramos, 0 for 2 today. Pitches high, ball 1. He has 149 RBIs on the season to lead the American League. Pitches low, kicks away, but Lukulich is not going anywhere. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. So if he gets that run in, he'll hit 150 RBIs on the season. Fouls the fastball upstairs behind home plate. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. 150 RBIs. Swing and a miss. The fastball count evens. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and I better not count any chickens before they hatch. Grounds it up the first, jams him up the first base line. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lukulich at third. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. It called him 3rd strike, and Ramos can't believe it. That's Maddox's 2nd strikeout of the game. He thought it was inside off the plate. So he'll take his 149 RBIs and go have a seat on the end of the bench as Michael O'Rourke steps up. He walked in the 4th inning, still no official at bat. Pulls it foul, strike 1. Fouls off the two-seamer. Quickly, he's down 0-2. Off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mike. And he jams him. So it's a nice play by Eddie Murray in order to get the out at first. So there's 2 away, but the run scores. So it's an RBI ground out for Michael O'Rourke, and they're no longer off the board. It's 8-1 Rangers on RBI number 106 by Michael O'Rourke. So base is empty, 2 away. Switch hitter Jacob Salazar steps up. He's 1 for 2. Pitches outside, ball 1. Yesterday, Jacob was 4 for 5 with 4 doubles. High, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's an accomplishment. Hitting 4 doubles in 1 game, my goodness. He yanks the fastball down the right field line, curling into the seats, out of play. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's ball 3.
Wow. Thought it was a called strike, but umpire says the count's 3-1. Grounds it 2. Oh my goodness, what a play. First of all, he knocked it down. Eddie Murray kept it in front of him. But the flip looked like it was going to arrive late, but it didn't. The home plate umpire calls him out. So at the end of 6, they do get a run, but Texas still leads by 7. It's 8-1. So we go to the top of the 7th. Jorge Soler steps up. He's 1 for 3 with a single.
The right fielder, number 12, Jorge Soler.
In there, strike 1. Checks a swing, 2-seam fastballs outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the slider, count is 1-2. Grounds it down the third base line. Routine play for Termini, throws across the diamond, and there's 1 out. Termini, for whatever reason, was guarding the third base line in a game where they're losing by 7 runs. I'm not really sure about the strategy, but it worked out. So Eddie Murray, the switch hitter, now bats from the right side against the lefty Smith. He's 1 for 3. In there at the knees, strike 1. Slow roller to Ramos. He charges, throws across. In time, 2 away. So with 2 outs, Minnie Minoso is up. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer today. Home run number 27 on the season for Minoso. Late on the fastball, strike 1. Out in front of the changeup, pulls it foul. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Minoso. Lazy fly ball the other way. Lo Cicero in right. Makes the catch to retire the side. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It's a laugher at this point. Bronx Knights are losing 8-1. Ooh, my goodness. Stretch time indeed, Mr. Hall. So let's see if we can mount a comeback. I've been down 6-1 in the 8th and won the game. 8-1 would be my own personal record. Leading off here in the top of the 7th is Benny Lo Cicero, who's 0 for 2. Pulls it hard but foul. Strike 1. Inside off the plate, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside corner with the 2-seam fastball, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ball
2 and 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch is low, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. And he just gets a piece of the curveball to stay alive. We'll do it again. And he jams him in on the hands. Short center field. Long run for Damon, but he makes the catch for the first out. Next up is Matt Saps. He is the shortstop today. 0 for 2. And that is a line drive which will find its way towards the left center field gap. Cut off by Damon. It's a 1-out single, and Matt Saps is 1 for 3. And that's an 11-game hitting streak now for Matthew. Let's look at the replay. Off the end of the bat, just a blooping line drive between the left and center fielder. So next up is Matt Termini, the third baseman. 0 for 2. His average is still at 321 on the season. And that's a line drive base hit to left. And maybe they got something cooking here in the 8th. Runners are at first and second with only 1 out after back-to-back singles by Saps and Termini. So Anthony Millo was up, 0 for 2. And that's a line drive hit that will find its way over into the corner. It's going to be an RBI single for Anthony Millo. Close play at third, closer than I thought it would be. So runners will be at first and third with 1 out after the RBI single by Millo, and the score is now 8-2. And the crowd here at Classic Yankee Stadium is starting to get excited. Obviously a long way to go. Next up is Gio Urshela. We're gonna leave him in. Fine, I'll leave him in. In there with the circle change at the knees, strike 1. Fouls off the outside fastball count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Urshela. Fans in the stands are wondering why they didn't go to the pinch hitter Mattingly. Pitch is high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Playing a little bit of Monday morning quarterback with the manager. But he decided here in September. Checks his swing, circle changes outside, count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 7th, runners lead off first and third. And he smashes it, but he curls foul and out of play. Count remains 2-2. Low, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 more ball and the bases will be loaded. Swing and a miss. Ties him up on the inside, strikes him out, and there are 2 away. That's only Maddox's only 3rd strikeout of the game.
Now batting.
Unfortunately, he does not get that runner home from third. At the very least, you have to get the runner home from third. So it's a wasted at-bat from Gio. So next up is Max Lukelich. Max is 2 for 3, has a single and a triple today. Lazy fly ball down the left field line, but Minoso makes the catch to retire the side. So they get a run, but they strand 2. And at the end of 8 innings of play, no, check that, I'm sorry. At the end of 7 innings of play, it's a 6-run lead for Texas. They lead 8-2. So leading off the top of the 8th is Pudge Rodriguez. He had a home run in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Looping line drive down the right field line, left field line. It is in there. He's making a turn, and he's going to make it to second. It is a double to lead off the top of the 8th. PS5 will be delivered tomorrow. Good for you, Mr. Hall. I am jealous. Yes, I'm capable of finding a PS5, but I have to go on like eBay or some other place and spend a ridiculous sum of money. I know that you advised me there was a website or something you went to, so let me know how that turns out for you. Maybe I'll last night for PS4. Well, good for you. Good for you. Michael Togley, a switch hitter, now batting from the right side. 1 for 3 with a solo homer. He's 4 for 11 in the series. He's got a runner in scoring position. Pitches outside, ball 1. 47,513 in attendance here at Classic Yankee Stadium. Not a sellout, but they deserved better than an 8-2 deficit, that's for sure. And it's a line drive, base hit to center, rounding third and heading home is Pudge Rodriguez. It'll be an RBI single for Toglia, and the score is now 9-2 Texas. And I think that will be all for Caleb Smith. You can hear the boos from the bleacher creatures here in Classic Yankee Stadium. I am jealous. So, now you know what? We're going to go one more batter because I'm a glutton for punishment. Swings at the first pitch. Oh, he drops it. Almost a nice shoestring catch from O'Rourke, but unfortunately it hits off the heel of his glove and pops out. They're going to credit him with a hit. Let's see the replay. Oh, popped out of his glove. So next up is Johnny Damon. Johnny Damon is 3 for 4. 2 triples today. At the knees, strike one. Still nobody out here in the 8th. Grounds 4, 6, 3, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice. Unfortunately, the ball wasn't hit hard enough to execute too much speed from Damon. So runners will be at first and third with one away, and the manager will go to the bullpen. Zach Eflin will come into the game. This is his 26th appearance out of the bullpen for the Bronx Knights. He's 1-0 with a 4.32 earned run average. So runners will be at first and third. Zobrist will turn around and bat from the left side against the righty. Strike one, 96 on the radar gun. Grounder. Over to second for one, back to first. Inside retired. Round the horn double play, 5-4-3 started by Termini. So they do score a run though, however. And after 7.5, it's Texas 9, Bronx 2. Ugh. Mr. Jose Hall, I haven't seen you in a while, and I treat you to a 7-run deficit. I apologize profusely. Chris Ramos has 57 homers and 149 RBIs, and he's 0 for 3 today. Unacceptable. Greg Maddux is still out there. Pitches outside ball one. He's approaching 100 pitches on the day. Checks a swing, pitches inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Lefty and a righty in the Rangers bullpen. There's Seth Lugo and Daniel Norris. Last night for the PS4. Good for you. Pitch is high but called a strike. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Ramos. Slices it foul down the left field line. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gonzo. That is home run number 58 on the season for Chris Ramos, which leads the American League, and RBI number 150, and the score is now 9-3. Just glad to see some baseball tonight. Well, I have news for you. This is definitely not going to be my last game tonight. If you give me about a half an hour or so after this debacle, I will probably be back to play another game in order to try to finish out this 162 game schedule. I'm eager to get to the playoffs. Upper deck shot for Ramos. He's a beast. But unfortunately, it's a 6-run advantage still. Michael O'Rourke steps up. Michael, first pitch is 2-seam fastball outside for ball 1. He is 0 for 1. He has 2 walks, but he does have a stolen base. Fouls off the circle change. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Right up the middle, scooped nicely by Maddux. Maddux makes a nice, agile play on the mound to scoop that ball, throw to first. So that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Next up is Jacob. He has a single. It's 1 for 3. Late on the fastball, strike 1. Checks a swing, fastball inside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a deep drive headed towards the gap. And it will be in there. By the time Soler gets that ball back in, it'll be a double for Salazar. His 36th of the season. He's 2 for 4. He had 4 doubles yesterday and now a double again today. My goodness. So runner in scoring position for the Knights. It's still a 6-run game. Can't get too excited. Next up is Benny Lo Cicero with 1 out. He's 0 for 3. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up the elevator shaft. Pudge makes the catch, 2 away.
Now batting, number 31.
So next up, with 2 down, is Matt Saps. He's 1 for 3 with a single. He needs a single to get that run home from second. Let's see if he can do it. Pitch is low, ball 1. And that's a line drive, but it will carry to Minoso in left to retire the side. So they get a run on the solo home run from Ramos, his 58th of the season in this most valuable player campaign that he is having. But unfortunately, it's the end of 8 innings of play, and it's a 6-run lead for the Texas Rangers. So we go to the top of the 9th. Ernie Banks is 0 for 4. Eflin is still out there pitching. 2nd inning of work. In there, strike 1. Smashes the 2-seam fastball foul. Count is 0-2. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gone. That is a solo home run for Ernie Banks. That's home run number 43 on the season for the Hall of Famer. And the score is now 10-3. Oh. What a mess. Oof. Pulled it down the left field line. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit the upper deck. Let's see. Yep, upper deck shot. So next up is Jorge Soler. He singled in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. For those of you that are just joining the stream, this is Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that little icon, that bell icon. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count is 0-2. This is a created franchise on the MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. Thanks for joining. Oh, high and tight, but Soler is called out. First out of the inning here in the top of the 9th. Let's look at the pitch.
Number 33.
Too close to take. It's right at the belt. You got to foul that off. So next up is Eddie Murray, the switch hitter. 1 for 4 with a single. In there with the slider, strike 1. So the team is 95-50, and they have a 15-game lead. At the knees, just misses. He wants to know, where was that? He's like, that was at the knees. Eflin can't believe it. Yes, you need a redemption game. Yes, I do. I need to do a couple things around the house, have a cup of coffee, and then jump back on to make up for this mess. And that's a deep drive to left, short porch. Back goes Lo Cicero at the track, back to the wall, makes the catch for out number 2. My goodness, he made a bid for yet another home run, but he's only 1 for 5. So 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Up steps Minoso, who's 1 for 4 with a 2-home-run homer of his own. And that one's deep. It is gone. An opposite field home run. Minoso's 2nd homer of the game, number 28. And the score is now 11-3. Ugh. Let's look at the replay. If I'm not mistaken, Minnie Minoso is also a Hall of Famer, so you know what? Got to give him all the credit I can. Manager goes to the bullpen, brings in Telly, put him in the game. Telly Argios comes on a relief. He's 5-5 with a 5.11 earned run average.
Now pitching, number 10.
And that's a deep drive off the first pitch from Telly to right center field. Back goes Lukelich, looking up. Gone. 12-3 on Rodriguez's 21st homer of the season. And it doesn't matter who's on the mound at this point. The collective sigh from the stadium fans as you watch people heading to the exits here in the top of the ninth inning. Mass exodus from the stadium to the parking lot. Oof. That's Pudge's second home run of the game. So 2 players on the Texas Rangers have 2 home runs today. So next up is Toglia, homer, like everyone else, is 2 for 4. In there, strike 1. So it seems, back-to-back jacks, indeed. It seems that this will be a loss for the Bronx Knights. So they will emerge from this game 95-51 on the season. They'll have a 14-game lead over the Texas Rangers, who are in second place. That's a line drive single for Toglia. He's got 3 hits. And the bleeding just continues. Greg Maddux will win number 18 on the season. He's trying for the Cy Young Award. He's still chasing Eli Ramos of the Bronx Knights, who's 20-5. But he'll win number 18 today. Grounder to Termini, ranging to his left, throws across, and mercifully, the half inning is over. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Bronx Knights' last licks here at Classic Yankee Stadium. They are down 12-3. Let's make it respectable, shall we? In relief is Seth Lugo, making his 48th appearance out of the bullpen. He's 3-1 with a 2.40 earned run average. And leading off is Matt Termini. Trying to send a message. It's a 4-game set. They do have possession of one of the wild cards. So they're basically saying, if we meet you in the playoffs, we're beating you. Checks his swing, pitches inside. Ball 1. So they're like, if we're going to play in a division series, we got your number, is what they're trying to say. Pitches outside, count as 2 balls and no strikes on Termini, who's 1 for 3 today.
Ball 3.
Wow. Looked like it was at the knees, but called the ball by the home plate umpire. Apparently he doesn't have dinner plans, so 3-0 count. This one is called a strike. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike from Lugo. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gonzo. That is Matt Termini's 11th homer of the season. A solo shot, and the score is now 12-4. I'm going to enjoy what I can. Why now not? Termini's not really a home run hitter, so I like to see him smash the ball. Let's look through the replay. Boom! Ooh, crack of the bat. Classic Yankee Stadium torn down in 2008 to make way for the new stadium. I wish I could go back and sit in those seats one more time. Anthony Millo, RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. He hits a fly ball to center. Back goes the center fielder Damon on the warning track, makes the catch. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Gave it a ride, but hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark.
Number 30.
So next up is Gio Urshela. No reason to pinch hit at this point. It's an 8-run lead. Might as well let Gio get his day at the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Swing and a miss. The curveball, strike 1. If I somehow, in a miracle comeback, get it within a couple of runs, then Gio will have to sit down. But for now, he gets the at-bat. High and tight. My goodness, he's not headhunting, I hope. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a line drive. And it will hang up there for Damon for the 2nd out. And the Bronx Knights are down to their final out.
Now batter.
So Max Lukelich at bat number 5. He has a single, a triple, he's 2 for 4. He represents the final out of the game. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball one. Well, listen, if you give me like a half hour, 45 minutes, I will definitely jump back on it. It is definitely my intention to play another game. Strike on the outside corner, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Just need to go to the bathroom, make myself a cup of coffee, and I'll be back on. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's a line drive which is heading into left center field. It is a 2-out hit. No, he's going for second. And he's safe. A gamble that he did not need to take, in my humble opinion. There was no reason for him to get thrown out at second base when you're down by 8 runs and you need base runners. It's just irresponsible for the young Max Lukulich to be going for second in this situation. Luckily, he did get his hand in there. So there's a runner in scoring position now for Chris Ramos. He had a homer in his last at-bat. He's hitting .356, 58 homers, 150 RBIs. At the knees with the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Lukulich leads off second. 2 outs here in the 9th. And he's ahead on it, pulls it foul down the first base line, and he's down to his final strike of the game. 2 strikes on Ramos. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball, and we'll do it again. Checks his swing, pitches inside, count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired, ball game over, Texas Rangers win 12-4. So in this 4-game series at Classic Yankee Stadium, so far, the Rangers have won 2 out of 3. So tomorrow will determine, or tonight, actually, if you want to get technical, in about 45 minutes, we're going to find out if the Texas Rangers can take 3 out of 4 on the road, or if the Bronx Knights can tie it 2 games apiece. Bronx Knights are 95-51. Greg Maddux of the Texas Rangers wins his 18th ball game of the season. And let's go to the scorecard and do it the right way. Texas Rangers, 12 runs, 19 hits, no errors. Bronx Knights, 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Greg Maddux gets the win, his 18th. Patrick Joseph gets the loss, he's 13-8. And Ivan Rodriguez was 3 for 5 with 2 home runs today. He is your player of the game. And thank you. This has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and to get alerts as to when it is that we play, there's that little bell icon next to the subscribe button on YouTube. Click that bell, and that way, the next time we are where the Bronx Knights are playing, you'll get an alert to let you know that they're about to start. So, thank you, Mr. Jose Hall, for showing up. I will see you soon. Game 2 of the quote-unquote doubleheader will commence in less than an hour tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.